Good morning, everyone. And we are doing the chapter Nationalism in Europe. And this is the second last topic of the chapter. That is unification of Italy. As we have discussed Germany's unification. So like Germany, Italy too had a long history of political fragmentation. It was also divided into different states. Italians were scattered over several dynastic states as well as the multinational Habsburg Empire. During the middle of the 19th century, Italy was divided into 7 states, of which only one, Sardinia Piedmont, was ruled by an Italian princely house. The north was under the control of Austrian Habsburg. The center was ruled by the Pope, and the southern regions were under the domination of Bourbon King of Spain. Even the Italian language had not acquired one common form, and it still had many regional and local variations. So now we'll discuss about the efforts made by various personalities in the process of Italy unification. And the most important credit goes to Giuseppe Mazzini. He was the leader of the Republican Party. While in exile in 1831, he founded a new association, and that is called Young Italy. It was a secret society which was formed to bring about the regeneration of Italy through education. Though there were 2 revolutionary uprisings, one in 1831 and 1848 for the unification of Italy, but they both failed. After that, we'll discuss the role of Cavour. Cavour became the chief minister of Piedmont in 1852. His main aim was to effect the emancipation of Italy from Austria. He was neither a revolutionary nor a democrat, but he is known as the real maker of Italy. Through a tactful diplomatic alliance with France, he succeeded in defeating the Austrian forces in 1859. After that, one other important personality of Italy, that is Giuseppe Garibaldi. Garibaldi was the hero of red shirts revolutionary movement. In 1816, he marched into South Italy and kingdoms of 2 Sicilies and succeeded in winning the support of the local peasants in order to drive out the Spanish rulers. Now, at last, Victor Emmanuel II, and that is 1861. The first Italian parliament representing the whole of Italy, excepting Rome and Venetia, assembled in Turin, which formally conferred upon Victor Emmanuel II the title of the King of Italy. And after this Germany unification, we will discuss about Great Britain. And that is the very different story of Great Britain, which is also known as United Kingdom, England. So now we will discuss about the history of nationalism in Britain. In Britain, the development of nationalism followed a different pattern from the rest of the world. In Britain, emergence of nationalism was not the result of a sudden upheaval or revolution. There was no British nation prior to the 18th century. England was inhabited by different ethnic groups such as English, the Welsh, the Scots, or the Irish. Though all these ethnic groups had their own cultural and political traditions, the English group steadily grew up in number, power, wealth, and importance, and expanded its influence over others. In 1688, through a bloodless revolution, the English Parliament seized power from monarchy and became the instrument to set up a nation state at its center. And by the Act of Union in 1707, Scotland was incorporated in the United Kingdom. You can see the map of this Great Britain. Here we want to discuss the Parliament. British Parliament was dominated by its English members. The growth of a British identity meant that Scotland's distinctive culture and political institutions were systematically suppressed. The Scottish Highlanders were forbidden to speak their Gaelic language or wear their national dress, and large number were forcibly driven out of their homeland. Ireland, which you can see in the map, it is another part of England. It also suffered a similar fate. It was a country divided between Catholics and Protestants. The English helped the Protestants of Ireland to establish their dominance over Catholics. Catholic revolts against British dominance were suppressed. After a failed revolt, Ireland was forcibly incorporated into the United Kingdom in 1801. A new British nation was forced. The symbols of New Britain, the British flag, and that is Union Jack. The national anthem, that is God Save Our Noble King, the English language, were actively promoted, and the older nations survived only as subordinate partners in this union. So we have discussed